Hi, Damien Ormark. It's Aussie Villain. Yeah, look, mate, I just wanted to have a quick word to you about your form so far this season. No, mate, it's not decent. You have one league goal. It's pathetic. Can you turn that music down, please, mate? I can barely hear you. What do you mean you can't? Mate, why are you in a nightclub where you have training in 20 minutes? Yes, it is morning. Mate, look, if you're not going to take this seriously, you're going to be on the transfer list. Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain. Welcome to Season 12, Episode 8 of The Impossible Dream with Bala Town. And today we are facing Colwyn Bay in the Welsh Cup third round. And then we have the final group stage game of the Champions League away to Benfica. We've already got ourselves in the Europa League. We can't get out of the group. So in a way, it's a meaningless game. But there's a lot of money on the line. And obviously, it would be nice to get another win, more coefficient points and whatnot. But the big news since last episode is that we finally had our showdown with Damien Ormark regarding his form. I threatened him with the transfer list. I don't understand what's happened to him this year. He has one goal in 7 games. Now, yes, 3 of those games have been off the bench, and he has got some goals in the cup. But 1 in 7, look at what he's been doing in previous years. And this isn't just like it's happened all of a sudden. Last season, he wasn't fantastic either. So I've threatened him with the transfer list. He's unhappy about that. So, to be honest, if it wasn't Damien Ormark, I probably would have already sold him. He's really annoying me. Just score goals, mate. Just put the ball in the back of the net. You were so good at it. You're only 27. You're not that old. Anyway, we've got 2 games to catch you up on since last episode, both in the league. The first one against Carnarvon. Marcus Wade crossed for the Armenian to give us the lead in the second half at the second attempt. And the same 2 combined again to better effect moments later, before Denny Gami sealed the points. So a solid win this one. We were decent in this game, but we couldn't score. Ormark got subbed off and suddenly got taken off in the 65th minute. We were in front 5 minutes later and we brought on the Armenian as a striker. And to be honest, he did quite well up there. There's nothing about him that says he couldn't play as a striker. He's got good jumping reach as well. And he looked quite good up there. Denny Gami got himself a goal at the end as well. So a comfortable 3-0. And yeah, job done. Next up, we played Cefn Druids. We took an early lead when Marcus Wade crossed for Robert Riola. Heinz Mackmeyer doubled our lead before half-time. And we sealed the points early in the second half when Riola's chest down was thumped in by Anthony Roda. So another comfortable win. Riola got an early goal, Big Mac and Roda as well with a nice one at the end there. We were just too good for them. It's a little bit of a shame because this is sort of, I think right now, the second best, or certainly the team we want to become the second best team, given that they're professional and they're not the new Saints. But yeah, we are just a little bit too good for them. Marcus Wade, he has, you notice, hasn't scored. So his quest for 50, I'm going to say at this point, is just about up. He has 16 goals. And of course, he's only played 13 games. But even if, the league had only been 13 games deep, he's still not going quick enough. And so we've played 15 games. So he's only 1 ahead of the thing. He needs to be averaging almost 2 goals a game, or 1.5, I think. So he's well off the pace, and I don't think 50 goals are going to happen for us this year, but we're in a really good spot in the league. 15 games played, 15 wins. Bengal City is second, Cefn Druids are third, and the New Saints are down there in fourth, and it drops off a little bit. The concerning thing, I think, is FN Lido, because that's where we sold, or we took Wade from, obviously. He was leaving there anyway. And if they get relegated, then the plans for them to become professional with the sort of 50% sell-on that they get from Marcus Wade, if and when somebody comes in for him. It's not going to do much good in the second division, is it? But anyway, today we do park the league to one side. We start with the Welsh Cup against Colwyn Bay, and then we go into the Champions League. As I said, we're going to come third. It's just a matter of how many points we have when we leave that group stage. Let's have a quick look here at what we're doing. We are the heavy favourites for Colwyn Bay. It's a WAGS event, of course. It is Craig Hogg, their manager, a very, very good manager, certainly for the second tier. Colwyn Bay are sort of mid-table in the Cymru North. Actually, they are exactly mid-table, but they're not going to go up. They're not going to go down. This is sort of all they have to play for. It looks like they're a cautious, direct style of play. We would expect them to be cautious against us in any case. They did lose last time out. We can see there their heat maps and all the other fun stuff that goes with that. And this is the WAGS lineup that we're sending out. It is Ewan Burgess in goal. It is Robson, Gurke, KDH, and Griffith McMenemy is the back four. It's Buckley and Banks in midfield. Buckley is beginning to look like an absolute star. 16 passing, 13 vision, 16 technique. Really, really excited about him. Ap Gareth goes down the right with Dixon and Sean Davies. Ormark goes up top. He needs to score goals. We miss you, Ormark. Come back to us, mate. So they are coming out in a little bit of a Rusco bus park. We would expect nothing less, to be honest. I mean, what are they supposed to do against us, really? Gomez says go out there and prove a point. Just keep the run going, boys. Keep the run going. You can see we're lacking a little bit of match sharpness from the likes of Ap Gareth. We did try to give them all a little bit of game time coming into this. I think sometimes the most difficult thing with the Wags is trying to keep their match sharpness up in between Wags games. And it's been a little bit of time since the League Cup last game in that, the quarterfinal. There's a good ball down the line there for Ap Gareth. I thought he might have gone himself there, but he nods it back down to Banks, across to Buckley, back to Banks. There's Ap Gareth. Can he get himself a goal? Ap Gareth goes on the outside, does he? He can't quite get past his man there. Ap Gareth, he's definitely fading. He's in his 30s now. We will hang on to him for as long as possible. He is a club legend, despite what the game may say. Buckley has a good ball for Davis to knock down for Allmark, and Allmark's header is offside. Well, the goalkeeper's going to breathe a sigh of relief there because it was a horrible piece of goalkeeping. How offside was he? He's a mile. Absolute mile. Allmark, you muppet. Come on, mate. It's really, really frustrating. He could have, I think, gone on and got 600-700 goals for us, but he's just completely gone off the boil the last 2 seasons, or season and a half, last season and so far this season. And, I mean, there seems to be nothing that works for him. We've tried playing him with 2 up top. We've tried playing different players around him. We've tried him as a pressing forward and advanced forward. Here we go. Ap Gareth turns. Oh, he's got to be a little bit quicker there. Oh, Ap Gareth gets himself a goal. There you go. The goalkeeper has had an absolute nightmare. The linesman hasn't saved him on this occasion, and Ap Gareth gets a first goal of the season. Well done to you, sir. How many seasons is that in a row now that he scored in a Bala shirt? Takes his time, whips his foot around it. Goalkeeper, I think, maybe he has sort of a sight issue. Someone check his contacts. He didn't see that till very, very late. And we come straight back for a kick-off highlight. Griffith McMenemy has that. Forward for Banks. What can the youngster do? Goes back to Buckley. Back to Banks. Banks for Dixon. Back to Buckley. We're playing Dixon in this one as well because he does have that link up with Allmark. But we haven't really seen it in recent seasons. That's a good ball in. Allmark's there. Oh, he can't find the back of the net. That was a decent effort. That was a decent effort. He just... It's like he's forgotten how to score. It's the most weird thing I think I've seen in a long, long time on Football Manager. He couldn't miss for how many seasons in a row there. Equaled the league's goal-scoring record at 47. And since then, he's just looked a shadow of himself. There we go, another chance. There we go. Allmark sticks that in. That's a good volley as well. Ap Gareth with the assist. And it's 2-0 now to Bala Town. That should be enough to see us through the game. Now it's just a matter of can we try and build a little bit of Allmark confidence up and see what he can do. Maybe we'll put him on the bench against Benfica and see if he's got anything in there for us. That's a good finish, though. Good finish. Not the best defending we'll see, but a good finish nonetheless. Go on, celebrate it, mate. May there be many more to come. I did put young Burgess on the bench here as well, so we will probably look to bring him on in the second half, especially now since Allmark has his goal. Try and look to build for the future again. Buckley, oh, that's almost stunning. It's there and Gurke's offside. Unlucky that the initial free kick didn't go in for Buckley, and Gurke has just gone a fraction early, it looks like. Goalkeeper, we should have shoot on sight on perhaps. He is absolutely clueless. I mean, he doesn't look... His agility's only 4, that's probably the problem, isn't it? But there we go, a comfortable first half for us. Assertively, boys, excuse me, don't get complacent. Gurke's on a booking, don't get yourself sent off, please. That would be appreciated. Complacent looking Burgess, just pull up a deck chair, mate, get yourself a good book and enjoy the second half, I think. Alright, let's give it a demand more and see what happens here. Davies isn't having the best game out there on the left wing. Alright, let's get young Burgess going up top for Allmark. And let's get Ap Gareth. We'll give him some match sharpness. Let's get Evans on for Dixon. We'll take off the 2 old boys of the team. And get some youngsters on. Barry Mort's on the bench. We have an injury to Ben Evans. We may have been not match sharp for this. We might even get him on for the second half, or for a little bit of time on this half anyway. Here we go with Buckley. If we get a third goal, we might look to make the third sub. We want to be a little bit careful here. Banks has it. Banks goes it back to Buckley, his midfield partner. Exchanging passes. Buckley, back to Banks. Back to Buckley. You can pass to somebody else, boys, and Buckley does eventually get pounced on. And what's going to happen here? We don't want to go back to 2-1, and we're not going to because that is a rash shot. If you're wondering, Banks, he's another one of the youngsters that's come through. Potentially decent. We just need to make sure we're playing him to hopefully help him keep developing. We'll take KDH off. We'll give the 2 youngsters the game at the back. See how they go. I am thinking maybe we called time on the career at Bala Town of Corey Owen. No, what's his name? Owen. The midfielder Owen. Curtis Owen. Basically now Buckley's a better player than him. Sam Evans is still a better player than Sam Evans. Sam York is still a better player than him. And they're both WAGs qualified. And I just wonder if maybe we look to move Owen on. We'll say well done, boys. Yeah, you can see there. I mean, he's good physically. He's not the best passer of the ball. He does have good vision. We probably get a little bit. He's worth almost $1 million, so we would get a little bit of cash for him. But yeah, I just think we're not using him. We're not using him, and the other players have come in and they're better than him. So we might look to move him on, I think. But there we go. We have won that game, only 2-0, but it's not too bad. Money in the bank, very nicely done. We've got West End in the 4th round. West End are 7th in the Cumbrew South. So that would appear to be a relatively comfortable tie as well for us. And guys, wait right there. Gareth, what a star. What a star he is. He's evergreen, isn't he? Just keeps, well, I wouldn't say getting better, but certainly not fading away. 31 he is, and look at that. Half a star. Magnificent. All right, wait right there. We'll be back for Benfica. We have breaking news this evening out of Bala Town as the club announced the signing of right-back Filippo Bollarini for a fee of £5.75 million. Now, for more on this story, we cross live to Charles Hogan. And Charles, is this the end for Ignatievic? Yeah, thanks, Noid. Yeah, Aussie Villain has signed the 21-year-old Italian from Bari for a fee that could rise as high as £13 million. Now, the player will join on January 1st when the transfer window reopens, but this doesn't necessarily mean the end for Ignatievic, as a source inside the club quoted Villain as saying maybe the penalty whore could play as a centre-back. Okay, welcome back. Now, before we get to the Benfica game, we have signed a new right-back ready for January to come in, and then we'll have him for the Europa League knockout rounds. Filippo Bollarini is his name. He is here basically to replace Ignatievic in Europe. Good tackler, not too bad getting forward. Good decision-making, decent positioning, good work rate, which is hopefully good to get up and down that side of the pitch for us. I'm hoping he'll do a good job. He's played lower leagues in Italy and done okay-ish. The scout said he's okay. We'll get him in. We'll see how he goes. And he can't do any worse than Ignatievic, can he? So that is something. But the other big news as we come into this one is the under-19s have absolutely destroyed Benfica 7-0. And that means look at that, 43 shots on goal. Outrageous stuff by Chris Venables and the youngsters. And that means they have got out of their group, which is wonderful, wonderful stuff. So, yeah, fantastic. They will be going into the knockout rounds. But let's go and have a look and see what we're doing right here. Again, yeah, I mean, is he worth $5 million? I look at him now and think maybe not. But there is room to develop as well. He's going to get better. So, yeah. I signed him for a reason. Let's hope it's a good one. And this is what we're doing. We're not the favourites to play Benfica in this game against Benfica, but they're in woeful form. We're in okay form. And all we're really playing for here is coefficient points. We don't know too much about them. We have a sort of a basic analysis report for their game against Athletic Bilbao. We're not expecting them to come out in a 4-4-2, but if they do, they might attack down the wings. That's pretty much where we're at. And this is the team that we're sending out. Now, a little bit of injury news is that Tommy Williamson has injured himself about 3 weeks with a pulled calf muscle, so he's unavailable for this one. And Thomas Quinn as well is unavailable for this one. So we'll wait and see. It's not worth risking them, basically. So it's going to be Tanaskovic in goal. It's me, Goddard, and Tony as the back three. Cameron, we're going to give him a game down the right, see how he goes. As I said, he can't do any worse than Ignatievic, so we'll see how he goes. Broughton as the deep-lying midfielder there, and Montgomery. Yamaguchi comes in to be the advanced playmaker in the absence of Quinn. He's going to have Rhoda next to him, and it's Big Mac and Freshie up top. I did say in the news thing there, I'm not completely convinced if Ignatievic could play as a centre-back. He's got most of the attributes. I mean, he's good physically. He loves to give away a penalty, which is maybe a problem. But if he's in the centre, maybe if the game's in front of him and not down the side of him, he might do a little bit better. So I'm tempted to have a look at him as a centre-back, but if there's interest in him and we can get a good fee, then we might just sell him on as well. But yeah, thoughts on Ignatievic as a centre-back? He certainly has the physical attributes to do it. All right, let's go see what we can do here in the final group stage game of the Champions League. So there we go. They are coming out a little bit different to how we were maybe expecting. Very, very compact in midfield. Again, I start wondering if we should be playing with wingers. We do have the option to do that, of course, on the bench. Riola's there. Rhoda can go and play out wide on the right as well. Gomez says challenging to go out there, prove a point. We're the underdogs. No pressure, boys. Go out there, put on a European display. It's our final game in the Champions League, which is always sad. But, at this point, we don't really expect to go and win it, so at some point it has to come to an end. And I think we are maybe better off parachuting down into the Europa League and seeing sort of how much damage we can do there. Here we go, Lee Goddard with a corner. Can we get on the other? Big Mac's there, and Big Mac straight into the arms of the goalkeeper. Unfortunate, perhaps. As a ball forward, is the highlight going to continue here? We've got a lot of men behind the ball, and they were quite deep there. Makes me think if tactically we could do something a little bit different and put a bit of pressure on them. What we don't want to do is Freshie gets back. He's still got his broken wrist, of course, which is why he's got the little injured icon. He's got a protective sleeve cast thing on, so he should be able to play. But I always find players that are injured, I never get them to play well. I don't know what it is I do or don't do that prevents that. Here we go with Cameron getting forward. Billy Cameron, good ball in. It's there for Freshie, just over the bar. Unlucky, perhaps, there. All right, come on, let's get creative here. Let's see if we can get a win. To get a win in Portugal, a point in Spain, that wouldn't be bad, would it? I think the group stage really did fall down for us, not beating Benfica at home, and that's just over the bar there by Big Mac as well. We really did need to beat Benfica at home, and in not doing that, at that point, getting out of the group became extremely difficult for us. But they're looking complacent and unsure. Can we go and take advantage of that? We've got a free kick to defend here first. They've gone short with it. Come on, boys. Can we nick this? Can we nick this? Can we nick it? No, not quite. Can we get to that? We can't. Billy Cameron's there. Can he get a tackle and not give away a penalty? So far, so good there. Yeah, I mean, Billy Cameron, I think, ultimately is going to be leaving the club possibly as soon as January, because we do, of course, have that young Dutch fullback coming in as well. Oh, it's at a penalty. No, it had that look about it, though, didn't it? Edge of the area, and that's over the bar. Yeah, Billy Cameron just hasn't quite developed how I would have liked. There's also a case of just us getting better as well, so that... well, that's disappointing, isn't it? Yeah, so, what looked to be a 5-star potential fullback when we signed him, he's now only sort of a 3-star, and we can, we need to be doing better than that, basically. That's a little bit of poor defending from a set piece. We're 1-0 down, which is obviously disappointing. And, yeah, you'd have to say not particularly working for us so far. What do we say to this? I mean, I think we've been a little bit unlucky, if I'm honest. We've been the better team. We've more or less dominated the game. What can we try and do a little bit differently here? Do we look for the overlap, perhaps? Lower the tempo. Be more expressive. And see if that works at all for us. Let's go put a bit of pressure on them as well. And if that doesn't work, then we can always look to change things as this half develops. We've got an anxious-looking Brewerton. Can we win that? We do. Billy Cameron's done well, and then he just kind of stopped. Fernando brings it forward for Benfica. Can we win this ball back? They've got all the way back to their centre-backs. Can we win that? No, it needs to be maybe a little bit more aggressive in the tackle, perhaps. But, if you do that, then, as we've seen before, penalties and yellow cards tend to follow. So that's not really much good to us either. Can we go and win this ball back? They're just keeping possession a little bit too comfortably right now, aren't they? We are putting pressure on them. We're obviously pushing up more this half as well. But they're just kind of playing around that a little bit. Cross comes in. Can we win that? We can't. Is that Goddard? Yeah, he's not the best in the air in any case. All right. I'm wondering if we need to go and change things a little bit here. Let us... I've got an idea. Who's not playing well of the central defenders? I like Juan Mi. I like Goddard as well. Unfortunately, the guy I want to take off is the guy that's actually doing the best of any of them. We're going to bring the Armenian on for Goddard. We'll keep the two towers at the back. Let's stick him forward. We're going to play Brewerton as a halfback to drop in and be the third man there. Let's get the Armenian forward. Let's get Yamaguchi playing on support. Deep Liar on support. He's more natural there anyway. And let's just try this, an extra man up top. They haven't really got men forward at all, have they? So they've only got the one striker. Two centre backs and a halfback should be able to deal with that. And let's see what this brings us. See if we can demand a little bit more. We are running out of time here, aren't we? All right, so let's get Super Weapon Allmark on. See if he can do something up top for us. And do we look to switch to wingers? We'll wait and see what happens with this. Montgomery with a throw. Yamaguchi's there. Yamaguchi back out to Montgomery. Can he pick out Big Mac or Allmark in the middle? Here we go with Brewerton. Brewerton back post. It's there for Billy Cameron. Oh, what a strike that is by Billy Cameron. A first goal of the season. Is it a first goal for the club? I'm pretty sure he's got one or two before, but a wonderful, wonderful volley. We didn't see Ignatievic doing that. Yamaguchi with a good ball in to find Brewerton getting forward. A wonderful cross, and look at that. That is absolutely stunning from Billy Cameron. Wow, that's a good goal. It is 1-1. All right, can we go and win this now? Come on, boys. Let's go and get these coefficient points. It's a sad state of affairs when that's the motivation for winning, isn't it? All right, let's go and see if we can switch to wingers here. Is there a way we can do this? We know that, so we can stick Roda out there. We can push you back in. Instead of playing with a Trey Cortista, we'll go two up top. And, all right, complete forward for you. Allmark there, and then we'll bring Riola on to play out wide left. And let's just see if we can go and nick this. Yeah, that's fine. That works for me. And yeah, let's see what we can do. There is not too much to gain or lose. As I said, we're already going to the Europa League, so I'd rather push for the win if we can. Here we go. Tony has it. Not quite sure where he's on the ball in a wide area. He loses out, unsurprisingly perhaps. And are we going to go and throw this away? We've gone for the win. Our bravery should be rewarded. No, it's gone against us. It is a horrible shot. Kaniskovic was just standing there. A little bit of wee coming out. Thankfully, the striker has, he's been just as scared, it looked like there. Can we go and get the late winner here? Is there anything else we can do? Let's not do that. Let's lower the tempo down again. Let's look for the overlaps. I probably should have checked this before we came back out. Come on, boys. Is there another highlight to be had? There is not. So a 1-1 draw against Benfica. A silly goal conceded from a set piece. A wonder strike from Billy Cameron. We'll just say what a comeback. So Bala Town, rescue late draw. Money in the bank. Cameron impresses. He did okay out there, didn't he? It makes you wonder if we'd had him out there sooner. Could he have done a little bit better for us than Ignatievic did? But yeah, I don't think we could have seen that goal coming, to be honest. A little bit out of the blue. But anyway, that is it for the group stage. That's it for today's episode. If you have enjoyed that, please do hit thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new. We have been knocked out of the Champions League. We will be going into the Europa League. And we will also be back next time for... what do we want to come back for here? We will come back for something. I'm not quite sure what it's going to be just yet. Maybe we come back... Do we come back for festive fixtures so we'll have the new fullback? It'll be a surprise, I think. It'll be a surprise. Fourth round of the Welsh Cup is there. Maybe we come back for Barry Town and then Bengal City in the Welsh Cup semi-final. I think that's what we'll come back for. We'll get the Wags out, see if they can make a final. A bit of league action against Barry Town. The transfer window will be opened, so we'll get to see the new fullback as well. Until then, guys, I've been Aussie Villain. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.